Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's going to be kind of a fun video for maybe some people because you can vent with me maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But others, this might be kind of frustrating because I'm going to be talking about some top 10 popular books that I have DNF'd that I did not finish. I know I'll probably get a lot of flack for some of these, but I'm also curious if maybe you felt the same way about some of these books. I don't know. But I'm going to start off with probably one of a very, very popular book that I've heard talked about all the time, and I hated this book. But The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I hated this book so much. And okay, so the back of this book, it sounded really interesting. It was a really cool premise, a really cool idea. It's about this girl who's kind of traveling throughout time. I thought she would see some really cool places. There was so much potential. I was so excited. I was like, this is a really cool premise. And I just thought it would be more about her experiencing the world and seeing and maybe living throughout some major events World War I, II, all that kind of stuff, and maybe getting to see some different cultures. You want to know what this book was about? It was about her just moping and being depressed because she couldn't have any friends because no one remembered her name. And she just sat there and just complained about her life and how much she hated it. Oh my word. Okay. I'm already getting so mad. Okay, so I think I read maybe about, I don't know, okay, apparently I was only 100 pages in. I thought it'd be a little further than that, because most of these I read about 200 pages and then I stopped. This one, apparently, I couldn't even take it that long. I got so tired of the whiny feel, the depression type feel. I couldn't take it. And then she kept having these one night stands and just the characters just had these bad disgusting habits to where it was just it felt like a kind of like a dirty book. I don't know. I just didn't like it. And when reading the back of the book, and it just had so much potential, and it was not at all what I thought it was going to be. It was just so frustrating. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't finish it. And a lot of people are just oh, the writing style is so great. No, it's not. It's okay. Okay, but these are my opinions. You're okay. It's okay if you like this book. It's okay. This is strictly a venting video for me. I'm okay if you like this. Just take this as you will. You can skip the portions where I'm insulting your favorite book, and I'm really sorry, but I didn't like this. I'm sure someone will be like, oh, you missed the deeper theme of whatever. I don't care. I never want to see this book again. Actually, I read so little of it, and it was so quickly how much I hate it. I just returned it. I took it back immediately. I'm I can't even read another page. This is just so bad. And I think I had a signed edition of it too, and I don't care. I never want to see this book again. And leading into book 2 that I DNF'd, it's kind of along the same line, to where probably some people are going to be surprised, but I returned this one as well because I think I maybe only got apparently 200 pages. I thought I only got 50 pages. Maybe I'm being generous. But From Blood and Ash. Wow, this book was bad. This is one of those books where a romance author is trying to turn fantasy, and it just doesn't work. It's now becoming romantasy with a huge hint on the romance, and the fantasy just falls flat. I'm sorry, I'm more of a epic fantasy, to where I just want fantasy. I just want to read about the awesome worlds being created and the magic systems, the fighting. I don't care about your romance plotline. I don't care. I just don't. And this is just straight romance with little fantasy. I couldn't do it. And this is why I'm not going to read that Fourth Wing book that's out, because I feel like that's going to be the same thing from the reviews I've seen. I just can't. I can't read it. I know I'm not going to like that type of style. I'm not one of those romantasy people, which that is kind of a subgenre. So if that is something you like, go ahead and read it, because that's fine. But I wish that genre would be a little more marked, because fantasy is such a wide range that there does need to be some more of those genres, because I did not like getting stuck reading something like this that I thought was fantasy, when in reality it's really not. It's a romance book. I'm not into that. But yeah, and then it was just like the writing, like the dialogue was so like clunky and awkward. And then the author had this huge ordeal with ellipses. They were everywhere. I'm like, I never wanted to see another one again. It was just like, they were everywhere. Just the dot, 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 dot. It's like, okay, I'm done. I can't read this anymore. But yeah, so I didn't think it was cute. I didn't think it was good. I just, the whole romance between the two characters, no, that just did not work. They were pretty toxic, and it was pretty bad. And it was weird. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm insulting everyone, but like I said, take this video with a grain of salt, because this is just me venting about books that I did not like. And yeah, that's number 2. Those are probably my top 2 DNFs, where I'm just like, I never want to look at that book again. I'm never going to touch that book again. And that's a pretty hard... I mean, I don't want to say I hate the books, but I kind of do. But yeah, so those 2 books are definitely up there. I mean, they made my reading experience terrible. Whereas some of these other DNFs, when I get towards the end, they are ones that I will try again. I will, because I know they're really popular, and I know I read them during a time that I probably, like, it wasn't really in the mood for them at the time. So, I mean, there are some of those distinctions between the DNF books I'm doing, where it's just hard DNF, and then maybe some, like, I'll try them again. I'll pick it up again. But this one is another hard DNF. I'm actually looking to probably get rid of this book. But the Night Angel Nemesis, I tried so hard. I liked the trilogy. I tried. I have a whole video of me venting about this one. But I hated this one too. Again, I hate saying I hate, but I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't find it fun. It was so rough. The whole world was different. The character was different. The character was just like moody, angst, teenager type character, to where he just like couldn't do anything. I mean, compared to like the trilogy, where he was just like this awesome character, to where he's trying to do the right thing, and then he goes for this like whiny, like, I don't know, like kind of, it just was bad. I don't know. I mean, like I said, you can watch my video if you want to see me vent about it even more, but I feel like I vented about this one a lot, and I don't want to just keep, I feel bad that I didn't like it. I do, because I was really excited about this, and I like this author, but I really didn't like this book, and I'm really sad. I'm sure I know there are some people that do like this book, but it just wasn't for me. Maybe it was because I read it right after the trilogy, and I really noticed that stark difference. Whereas maybe if you waited, or if this was your first introduction into the Night Angel world, you might like it more. But for me, I couldn't do it. But so yeah, there's that. And then this other one, I might get some flack for this one too. But the Witcher series, so you can still see my bookmark in here. That's how far I got. I tried. This is Last Witch, which I think is supposed to be kind of the first book. I didn't enjoy this. I thought I would like it. I've seen a lot of reviewers, especially booktubers, really enjoy the series, and I was really excited because I thought it'd be really good. But I didn't like it, and I feel really bad because I tried to read it with a friend at the same time, and I'm pretty sure both of us DNF'd this because we were both just like, what is this? This is so bad. Like, I don't really, like, it's just, I could not click with, like, the writing style, and then it's, like, kind of, like, hopping between, like, short stories, but they're not interesting. I didn't really feel like there was a plot, didn't really feel like there was anything like going on. So I don't really know what this was going for. I'm maybe the other books are better. I don't know, but I really didn't enjoy this writing style, and I wasn't into whatever this was. I don't even know, but I was excited for it because I was like, oh, hey, you know, you got the video games and everything, which I don't want to talk about that either because I've tried the video game and I got stuck on this one quest and I just kind of dropped it and didn't go back to it. I should have, but I just kind of was like, oh, well, I'm stuck. I'll just go play something else. Life's too short to be worrying about it. So I don't know. I'm not picking this one up again. I don't know. I probably should just get like donated or something. I don't know, but I don't want it. Okay, the next one. So I got rid of this book because I wasn't going to be able to read it. But this one is The Chronicles of the Black Company by Glenn Cook. I probably did not give this book a fair chance. And I'm just saying that straight up. The whole reason why I didn't finish it is I probably got like 30, maybe 20, 30 pages in. And like I said, this probably is not fair at all. And it's a very petty reason to why I didn't. And it's because of the names. Very petty, I know. And I'm sorry that I am that petty. But it's the names of these characters. I couldn't do it. I couldn't picture the characters with these names. They were so bad. Let me give you examples of these names. So the main character is Croker. Like, I'm supposed to picture no, I don't want to read about a character named Croker. What is that? And then there's Elmo, which, okay, what am I supposed to picture for that? A Muppet? Like, no, I don't. Okay, and then One Eye, Candy, Tom Tom, Goblin, and the Lady. Ooh. So yeah, and then it gets really intense. You get the Dominator. You also have Feather, Whisper, Captain, Lieutenant, Pawnbroker, Limper, 10 who were taken. That's the name of something. Silent, Crispin, Paper Town. Like, what? Like, am I crazy? I'm sorry. I couldn't tell if he was giving names or if these were things. I don't know. I just kept looking for capital letters because I didn't know what it was. But yeah, so it was just like, I described it in my Goodreads. I'm like, essentially, it was like the author couldn't pick a name, so he just pointed to his 2-year-old and said, pick a name. Oh, that was so bad. But yeah, I didn't give this one a fair chance. So I've seen good reviews of this one. I have. And I feel really petty that's why I didn't like it. But these names, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. Like, I understand, like, with fantasy names, normally it's, like, something you can't pronounce, so you just kind of, like, make up your name in your head. But I'd rather do that than to have, like, names like this, because it feels so, like, I don't know, like, just... Well, and the thing is this is supposed to be kind of, I think, more of, like a grimdark kind of fantasy. So it's, like, when you're trying to go that route, not necessarily whimsical, why are you getting more, like, whimsical, childish names? Like, I'm sorry, but if you're doing something more grimdark and you have, like, Tom Tom in there and Candy, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't find that, I don't know. I feel so petty with that one, but I stand by it. Okay, so the next one, so this one, I don't know if I'll go back to it or not. I don't know. It's one of those where it's like, I'm not a huge sci-fi person, but To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. Obviously, I love the Aragon series. I did. I really enjoyed it. So I was really excited to see another Christopher Poloni book. But I'm not huge into sci-fi. And this one, to be fair, he wrote it really well. Like, he really described the sci-fi scenes very well. I could still vividly picture a lot of the scenes. And it's been a while since I put this down. But I only got, my bookmark's still in here. So I only got to about here. So, I mean, I understand that's not very fair. I didn't give it probably a fair chance. But that's still about 200 pages. That seems to be about my stopping point, is 200 pages. Like, if I don't like a book by then, I kind of tend to stop. But I just didn't care about the storyline. I didn't really like the main character. And then it was just like, I don't know. There were some parts that were just kind of really weird, like just odd. But I mean, you get that with sci-fi. And I don't know. I don't really know of a lot of sci-fi books that I like, other than the Halo series. That's great. That's a top. But it's hard for me to really think of some sci-fi books that I really like. So I know there's probably some out there. So if you know some good recommendations, I'd love to know them. But I wasn't a huge fan of this one. I don't know. I feel bad because it's like it is written really detailed and very vivid. It's good. It really is. If you are into that. But I wasn't. It was just kind of like, okay. I don't know. And I really wanted to read, and I'm sure probably at the time, I just really wanted to read fantasy. Because I think I tried to read this when I was in school too, and it's like, when I was in school, it's like I had so much else to do, and it was like life was too short to read something I didn't want to read. So I just wanted to read fantasy, so in my free time. So it's like, I'm just going to pick that up, and this just was not engaging me. So yeah, I don't know if I'll try picking this up again. I did get it on a Kindle sale, so now where it's on a Kindle, I might be more apt to read it versus, keeping the physical book, but I don't know. It's definitely not on my top priorities, and I have a lot of other books to read. But yeah, so that's one of them. And then, so that puts me at 6. Number 7. This is one that I will try again. Theft of Swords. I got pretty far. I got about there. So that's pretty good. And this is divided, I think there's like 3 books in here, technically. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. And I was looking at my Goodreads, and it's really funny. So I was like on page like 300, and I'm like, I just finished book 1. I love it. It moves so fast. There's so much going on. I'm enjoying the world and the characters. And then on page like 430, I'm just like, I didn't like it. I don't really know why. So like I said, I'm going to try this one again. And if I really liked book 1, I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, this was back in 17. So maybe back in 2017 self was in a different place. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. So I'm waiting for it to come on a Kindle sale because, like I said, I'll be more apt to read it. But I will be trying this one again. But it was a DNF, which is so weird. I feel like I'm pretty sure, like, I just felt like I couldn't connect with the main characters, but I remember liking them. So I don't know. And I said I feel like there's a lot of potential. And I think I even said that I would come back to it. So I don't know. I don't know why I did what I did, but I did. So that's a short one. And then this one, Traitor's Blade. This one, I saw my bookmark in here too. Let's see, was it like page 200? Oh, 170. It's close. This one, I remember stopping this one because I hate when people write this on book reviews. Swashbuckling. I hate that word. You know how many times I've seen that on a book? And who says that in real life? Oh, that's a swashbuckling good book. No one says that. But I see that on books all the time. That right there is a red flag for me because I don't want anything swashbuckling. What does that even mean? I don't know. I think that's a really weird word. But, yeah, so this one, for some reason, I felt like it was just kind of meh, like, okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. But I remember, like, thinking that it was, like, I was expecting, like, something really good. And I didn't feel like it meshed right. Like, I felt like the fighting scenes weren't very well written. And, like, they kind of... this was really hard for me to remember. But I do remember putting it down because I felt like it just... I don't know. It didn't click. But the back of the book sounds really interesting. And I will say, though, I did get the whole series on a Kindle sale for, like, $5. So I will be trying this one again. Because where I can't really fully articulate why I stopped, I think it's worth trying again. Because, like I said, I could have been in school, and I could have been in a different place. I could have just been like, I don't have time for this, so I put it down. Which is very likely. So yeah, I'm definitely going to plan on trying this one again. Like I said, I have the series now, so, but I only have the physical book one. And these covers are gorgeous. That's kind of a reason alone for me to try it again, because I really like these covers. That's why I kind of got it initially. And yes, I am vain and petty like that, because you saw it. I just DNF'd a book because of its character names. Oh, don't judge me too much. Don't judge me like I judge my books. Okay, so the last 2 books I'm gonna get so much flack for. I know I will. And I'm kind of embarrassed saying that I DNF'd these, but Assassin's Quest, I did. I DNF'd this. I DNF'd it probably, what was I, like 50% of the way through? I remember exactly why I didn't finish this, and I remember what I was doing as well. So I was scanning files, and when that is probably, it's a very anger-inducing activity, because the scanner didn't work right. And so I was listening to audiobooks at the same time to try to keep my sanity. Well, it's hard to keep my sanity when this book only talks about this guy Fitz traveling, and all he's doing is whining about his, I don't know, is he eating his wolf form or something, or something about his wolf, I don't know, his life is in shambles, and so he's running away, and it's like all he's doing is just traveling and whining and complaining. And I'm pretty sure it went from like the first part of the page to literally the 50% I quit, and it had no sign of stopping. And I couldn't take it anymore. It just, especially between that and the scanning, I was going to lose my mind. I mean, I felt like I was losing my mind. So I had to stop because it was just so agonizingly boring. And look at the size of this book. I mean, did it have to be that long? I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, I couldn't do it. But yeah, so I don't know. I liked the first 2. Didn't love them, but they were okay. I thought the world that she built was very interesting. I enjoyed it. I thought it was, it had a lot of potential to be a very great, huge series, which it is. So that's why I was, excited that I was enjoying it. While I didn't love it, I was excited to get to read more of this world. And I'm really disappointed I DNF'd this because I want to read more of the world. I want to read the others. I want to give them a chance. But I do see a lot of mixed reviews where some of those boring scenes kind of do come back. So I don't know. It's not my priority. But I don't know. I don't know if I could get through this again. Maybe because I'm not doing something that is causing me to be angry, which scanning. Maybe I would be okay just actually reading this and then listening to it. And with an audiobook, it's kind of slower than you would read anyway. So I was like reading this in like double time. I mean, it was just like, it was slow. So probably not double time. That mean I'd go faster. But yeah, so it was bad. Whereas if I was actually probably reading this, I could probably just skip a lot of those parts. So maybe I would try it again because I am kind of curious to know what happened. I'm not like losing sleep over it, but I'm sure I probably want to know what happened. So yeah, that's probably what I go back to. But it was a rough time. All right, and then my last one, number 10. Like I said, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for these. The Blade itself. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. But this was a DNF, and I will try it again. I will. I know I will. And I know a lot of the reason why I DNF'd it was because I was in school, and it was just, I wanted to read something more lighthearted and quicker. So I was probably more in the mood for like maybe a YA or something. And so reading this, which is more grimdark, and it didn't fit for me at the time when I was reading it. So that's why I know I could try this again. And I do think I would enjoy it because looking back, I still remember the characters really well, and they were really well written. They were really fleshed out, their flaws and everything. So I mean, it was done really well. And like I said, I'm not like, insulting the book itself, because I know this was me. This was the reason, I'm the reason why I didn't finish. And I got to about here. So, I know enough that I know the characters, but I also know I'm not near far enough to have given this a proper chance. So I will definitely be trying this one again. But, yeah, so I'm curious to know what maybe you think of this video. I'm sure you probably have some disagreements, or maybe you do agree. I don't know. I'd love to know, but don't take me too seriously, because, like I said, I was harsh on some of these books, and especially the romanticy category. Don't take that personally. It's okay if you like that. That's just not for me. And it's not that I'm like totally against like romance being in books. I'm not. It's just I don't like when that's all it is. And then the fantasy part just totally drops off. So yeah, don't take it too personally. I wanted to put this out there to maybe get some conversation going, and to see what maybe you think, and maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. I don't know, but the next video I will probably be talking about some more recommendations, so that one will be more positive, I promise. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this, and have a good rest of the night.